Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Van Vale, and I have a tip for all of you forced homeschoolers. This is one of the most stressful new jobs that many of us have. We have little ones who used to go to school, giving us a structured day to either go to work or do domestic activities. Now they're home. Close quarters, tough to get everything done. Particularly if you're working at home parent and you don't have essential daycare capacity. So here's a little tip regarding schooling at home. That is space. Carve out a space, just as I do in my work environment. I have a space where I just work at. That allows for boundaries. So we know when it's time to play, we know it's time to do schoolwork. So you create a space, a little desk, a corner of a table that you cordon off in a dining room, some little, child's table in a corner. And so that becomes the work area, just as where I'm speaking to you from is my work area in a converted bedroom. So we have space that is consistent. The other thing we do is we create structure. When a child goes to school, they are intentionally structured. They know when recess is, they know when lunch is, they know when math is, they know when reading is, and it's the same every day. This begins in the first grade, goes all the way through high school. So I want you to create periods of time. And it may need to vary a little bit day by day depending on your schedule, but you create periods of time where the child begins to predict it's time for reading, it's time for English, it's time for story time, it's time for snack time. And some of you, this is just natural too. You're a really organized person. For others of you, it's real work. And so you can use your device. You can put your schedule in your calendar and your phone so it reminds you. And this is also important. Children need to know when things start and stop. So you set up cues for when it changes. If they're in school and the bell rings, they know it's time to transition. And so you can create a timer or use a timer on your phone or your stove or something so that people know we're going to, for the next 20 minutes, be doing reading. We're going to do as much as we can. We're going to work as hard as we can. Then we're going to be done. And it's going to be time for math or recess or whatever you build in. And do build in breaks and snack times and rewards. Have a reward system for effort. We're less concerned about productivity. Schools in Virginia aren't even grading right now. But they need to spend time to develop self-discipline. They need to learn what they can. Don't worry so much about what they're learning, but reward them for effort. So if during your 20-minute period of English, I see that you are mostly working on the task, then you're going to get a grade. It's going to be 3 marks on the token board, earn 20 marks, and you get to choose when the next family video event is. Try to make the rewards social, something that are inexpensive. We don't want to feel like we're having to spend money on this sort of thing. But people work for rewards. I love what I do. I'm blessed. But honestly, if I didn't get paid, I wouldn't do as much of it. And so don't worry about, some parents say, I'm bribing my child. No, a bribe is getting your child to do something that's bad for the child or somebody else. A reward, an incentive, is part of life. People work because there is reward. So structured space, we know when it's time to work because we're in our space. Structured time with reminders of when it's time to transition. So they don't feel like they have to spend all day doing one thing, nor do you. So you can even negotiate this with a teenager. You can say, okay, how much time do you need for this? Let's check it out. Let's see how we're doing. And then you create concrete rewards for effort, for sticking with it. And I think you'll find over time that you'll fall into a pattern that is less stressful. You get less kickback from your kids, and you feel like a winner as a teacher and a parent. Take care.